It starts with an itch and a tingle, and then it builds and expands. And suddenly all at once my legs won't let me stand. I scratch till my fingers go numb, but my skin never bleeds. A silent accomplice waits and feeds when I'm asleep. There's something that lives inside me. I promise I never let it out. Oh, it grows and divides inside me. It's making a home beneath my skin.
Thank you for watching. It's finally done, my RC 4-wheel drive Gelande 2. I turned it into a KAHN Defender. There's an entire playlist of videos if you want to see how I started out with this thing and how I brought it up to this level. In case you're wondering, you're staring at a camping table, a doormat and some gardening crap which I had laying around. Makes a really good setup if you want to do some scale photography. Put it at a good level. Make sure your camera is set in the correct way. Add some scale items. Add some moss, for example. Some tiny rocks. Well, and go have fun. There's no easier way to do it. If you want to start out doing a super scale build, the best advice that I can give you is go read up on the forums. There's a few links to a few forums in the description box below, and there's such a ton of info over there, and everybody over there is so helpful that that's honestly the best advice that I can give you. Before you start, before you get ahead of yourself, make sure you know what you're getting yourself into, and do a whole lot of reading. Make sure you also have a lot of patience, because ordering parts and getting them in on time can be a nightmare. I experienced that with this build, with not getting the bumpers in on time, for example. And other than that, it's a lengthy process to build something that's a super scaler. What changed from the last time you've seen this truck? The last time I had everything primered. After that I started out with finishing up all the details in the interior. You'll be going to a few shots which I took on my regular working table, just to make sure you actually can see what I did to the interior, what kind of details I put in there. Apart from the styrene dashboard, the diamond plate which I was going to put on the floors, a few new center consoles and all that, I painted everything up. I made a few custom floor mats with some KAHN logos laid in there. Even added some lighting in the interior. I had a full RC 4-wheel drive light kit. I've never worked with a light kit before, so that was also something that I needed to figure out how to install it. Along with the light kit, I installed the rest of the electronics. I had those two styrene inner fenders built up underneath the bonnet, which also gave me a nice opportunity to lay out my electronics in a way that made sense to me. Makes it easy to maintain in case I do need to alter it or switch some stuff out. I'm running a Tekin FXR setup in this car. That's the setup that has lasted me really well in my SE Extend so far. So I wanted to run the same setup in this ride. I'm running a 35T motor, brushed, plenty of torque. So I think that that should be able to pull this really heavy vehicle forward, because I don't even know what it weighs, but it's pretty much on the heavy side. Well, along with that, I installed a light kit, added a few splitters. I added a 5-way Killer RC splitter, just to make sure I can run all the lighting. Hooked up my servos, put my Futaba receiver in there, and that basically wrapped up all of the electrics. On the outside, after my primer work, I've learned one thing: don't be afraid to wet sand. I wet sanded this whole thing with a 1500 grit. It's almost like a Scotch Brite sponge. that you use, make sure to soak it long before you start your sanding. And don't be afraid to use it. The more you sand and the more care you take when prepping, the better the end result will be. So after my primer work, I added about 4 coats of gunmetal, wet sanding it in between. After that I added the bright orange that you see on top, faded that to a red, and I put a clear orange over the top of that just to make sure it pops. After that I clear coated the entire car, and after that I added some flat black details, not just in the pinstripe that you see on the side, but also on the roof, around some of the windows. And the windows are actually a new set which I ordered. The set that I got with the Gelande 2, with the kit, was very much blue, and I didn't like it. You can still tell in the front windscreen that it has that blue purple tint going on. I think it's just something that went wrong in the resin. So I ordered an extra set just to see if perhaps it would be of a different material, and it turned out that it was. So that's a really easy $7 or $8 fix, which I can highly recommend if you want to make your Defender look super scale. Because, well, let's face it, those purple or blue windows just don't really cut it. I finished that up. I spray painted my Arches RC diamond plate, made that flat black just because I didn't want to have all that shine going on. And then I started to add my accessories and my final details, like the handmade snorkel, the roof rack, the backpack which I made, in which I managed to fit some Pro Line accessories. On the side of it I have put some Arches RC sand ladders, and the number plates are also an option that I got from Arches RC. This has been a very long but very enjoyable build. I learned a lot. I got to know a few new people, which is always fun, and for me this has been a true eye-opener. Usually I'm working with Lexan. I'm very much used to working with large-scale cars, and to build a superscaler like this, it's a long process. It has kept me busy basically all through winter. You can tell right now it's summertime. Summertime is really approaching, and it has been, well, an eye-opener to me. There's such an amount of options, of possibilities. You can, detail-wise, you can take it to whatever level you want. So if you want to be done with it a bit quicker, you can do that as well. In this case, this build has really took me a few months to finish it and to bring it up to the level where it is today. But I enjoyed every minute of it, I can honestly say that. Again, if you want to have more info, make sure to check out the forums that are in the description box. And if you want to be a tiny bit ahead of what's going on over here on YouTube, on my YouTube channel, make sure to check out my Facebook page. There's a link in the description box to my Facebook page. And due to my very slow upload speed when it comes to my movies, my tiny RC films that I make, I'm always a bit more ahead on the Facebook page, so you can actually follow along with the projects that I'm building. Hope you enjoyed watching this whole video series. Make sure to check out the playlist. If you have any questions, don't be shy. Hit me up in the comment box and I will try to get back to you. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you did enjoy it, and if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. It doesn't cost you anything, and it's very much appreciated. Thank you so much for watching. Take care, and bye bye.